નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. Hello students, today we will study about the graphical representation of data. This is the topic of standard 9, chapter number 14, statistics. So before this, we have studied about how we can organize the data, how we can arrange the data using the table, using the groups. So we have studied about the two kinds of the tables. First is the frequency distribution table, right? And grouped frequency distribution table. Now, here we have some another methods by which we can represent the data, and that is what the graphical representation, right? So instead of word, the graph, the picture affects the more, right? That is why it is stated here that the graphical, it is well said that the one picture is better than the 1,000 words, right? Instead of explaining 1,000 words, if we can draw one picture, then it will affect the more. That is why here some of the methods we have by which we can represent our data in a picture, in a graph. Also, it is very useful whenever we want to compare the two data. Then by just looking at the graph, we can compare the two data. Okay. So some of the very good applications are there for this graphical representation. So very first graphical representation that we have to study is the bar graphs, right? So here we have taken one of the example of the bar graphs. So bar graphs, to draw the bar graphs, we require the two axes. First is this horizontal axis, that is called the x-axis, and one of the vertical axis, that is called the y-axis. So both these axes are intersecting in this point, and that this point is called the origin. So here we are said that we represent this point as an origin O. Now two quantities we can represent, one on the y-axis, one on the x-axis. So to represent this, here we have taken one of the example of exercise 14.3. Question number 1. Question is, a survey conducted by an organization for the causes of illness and death among the women between the ages 15 to 44 in years worldwide found the following figures in percentage. So three columns we have given. First is the serial number, second one is causes, third one is female fertility rate in percentage. So first thing, see, first number is reproductive health conditions, and we have given that 31.8% is the rate. Second one is neuropsychiatric conditions, that is 25.4%, injuries 12.4%, cardiovascular conditions 4.3%, respiratory conditions 4.1%, other causes 22.0%. So here this female fertility rate we have taken on the y-axis, and the causes now we will take on the x-axis. Now how to take that causes? First cause is reproductive health condition, right? So starting from here, we can take the first condition, that is reproductive health conditions. Now the percentage is 31.8. See, here we have to find out where is the 31.8. Here 30 is there, so just below it we will find the 31.8. So approximately this point we can take as a 31.8. So we have to draw down one of the bar which has a height equal to 31.8. So now from this point we can draw the graph. Right? From this point we have to draw a graph like this up to this point. Okay, one more thing. Whatever the space you have here, the same space you have to make for the length or the width of the bar graph. So here we can make approximately this much of the width, right? So here we have drawn on the line segment. And now we can join both this points. So this will become become one of the bar, right? This bar represent the reproductive health conditions, right? We can write down here is reproductive health condition. So here we have prepared one of the bar. Now second reason is neuropsychiatric conditions, and that is 25.4. So 25.4 we will get after 24 approximately here. Now whatever the length we have, whatever the width we have put here, the same bar graph we have to draw here, right? But the width must be remain same, and the gap also remains the same. That we have to keep in mind. So here, from here we can draw another bar graph like this. And height is up to this point. Width we have to keep the same. So here we can get this much of the width. Now join this. So this is the second bar that we have prepared. And this bar is for which condition? This is the cause neuropsychiatric conditions, right? This bar is for neuropsychiatric conditions, right? So this is the another bar that we have drawn here. Now third one is injuries. Third bar graph that we will go for the injuries. So we can start from here by taking the same gap, and the height it is 12.4. So 12.4 we can take after 12 up to this point. 12.4 we can take to here. So this will be our third bar. Here also we have to keep the same distance, right, and same width. So this is the another bar, and it is the cause is injuries. Now fourth, that is cardiovascular conditions, 4.3. 4.3. 4.3 means below 6 we can take up to here. This is the first, second, third and fourth. Then after there is a respiratory conditions, it is 4.1. Again we have to take the same bar graph, but the width is just below this bar graph. Just below this bar graph. So we can draw right here. 4.1. Height is 4.1. Now last one is other causes, that is 22. 22, here we can get just below the 24. So up to here we can put over this. Okay, so all this data we have represented on this x-axis. Now write down the reasons, that is cardiovascular conditions. Another one is respiratory condition. And last one is other causes. This other causes. Right? You can also write down these names in this way. Right? But whatever the bar you have drawn, just below you have to write down the reason. Okay? You can do one more thing. Here you can write down that it is 31.8. Value you can write down on the bar. And this is 12.4, this is 4.3, 4.1 and 22.0. Right? So this is, we have represented this causes. On this x-axis we have represented causes. So here we have complete the bar graph of the first question. Now some of the questions we have to answer. The question that is asked is here, which condition is the major cause of women's ill health and death worldwide? See, which graph has the maximum, which bar is the highest bar, this reproductive health condition. So here as the answer is reproductive health conditions. And third one is, try to find out with the help of your teacher any two factors which play a major role in the cause in second above, meaning the major causes. Reproductive health conditions, right? In some of the areas we know that the medical facility is not available. So mainly what happens, if there is a medical emergency occurs, then on time they will not get the proper treatment, and that is why that ratio here is higher, right? That is reproductive health conditions. And in some of the areas, even there is no proper cleanliness is available, right? That is why the cause of this illness is higher, right? So this is how we can represent the data in the bar graph. Two things, some of the things you have to keep in mind is that whatever the bar graph you draw here, all these bar graphs must have the equal width, and the space between the bar is also must be equal. Right? On this x-axis, you can take one of the quantity, that is here we have taken the causes. On y-axis, another quantity that we have taken the female maternity. And whatever this scale you draw here, that must be equal. Here we have taken the scale of 6, right? That means 1 unit we have taken as a 6, and this is what percentage. 6%, 12%, 18%, 24%. So this you have to keep in mind. Okay? So this is how we can represent the data in the bar graph. This is all about this lecture. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.